I had just stepped into my new home in a quiet, well-kept neighborhood where everything looked perfectly in order. Blooming gardens, tall trees, and spotless streets. It felt like the right place to start a new chapter of my life. But that very first evening, I realized the air carried something unexpected. The doorbell rang, and standing there were police officers, their faces stern and watchful. "Ma'am, we need to check your identification," one of them said, as if I were trespassing in my own home. For a moment, I was taken aback. Then I straightened up and replied firmly, "I am the county sheriff." My tone carried both authority and calm. The officers exchanged quick glances, clearly caught off guard. One of them muttered, "Sheriff?" We were told a suspicious woman had moved in. The silence that followed was heavy. Then came the realization, and with it, a wave of embarrassment. Their rigid expressions softened. One officer even chuckled nervously, as if to ask himself whether they had really just called the cops on their own sheriff. I broke the tension with a gentle reminder. Here's the lesson law. Doesn't work best when it comes with suspicion. It works best when it begins with recognition and respect. That night, as I sat in my living room, I reflected on what had just happened. The incident wasn't just about me. It was a mirror of a much bigger truth. Too often, people judge before they know. They assume before they understand. And when that happens, society pays the price. The very next day, I wrote a letter to the HOA, not out of anger, but out of responsibility. I suggested we host a community meet and greet, a chance for neighbors to introduce themselves and build trust face to face. If people took the time to truly see one another, mistakes like last night's wouldn't happen again. Weeks later, we held that gathering. People came with cautious smiles at first, but by the end of the evening, conversations flowed easily, laughter filled the air, and something stronger than fences connected us, mutual respect. That incident became more than just a misunderstanding. It became a turning point. It reminded me and everyone in that neighborhood that authority means nothing if people don't feel seen, and justice isn't real if it's built on assumptions. Today, when I think back on that night, I don't remember it as a humiliation. I remember it as the day law itself was reminded of its deepest truth.